What is going down, YouTube town? It's your homeboy CaptNRetro, and guess where I am? I'm in the shop, doing things, making it happen, real stuff going down right here on CaptNRetro's channel. There's a lot of things in here I haven't shown y'all. I swear to God, I'm just so busy doing stuff that I really can't make as many videos as I want to, but I'm going to attempt to make one on every single machine in this room at this very moment. And right now, you're gonna find out what that is. And we're also going to take a peek at this disgusting Phantom of the Opera that we picked up for $200.
When you wanna go, when you wanna know what's going down, you can count. CaptNRetro, it's the CaptNRetro Show. CaptNRetro, it's the CaptNRetro Show.
But first, we're going to check out a couple of the games that are sitting here in the captain's garage. And first, and not at all least or best, what? The very first game we're going to check out that you haven't seen is a 1978, I think, 77, 78, maybe even a 79, 77. A 1977 Bally Lost World that we picked up the other day. I paid $200 for this game. I paid $200 for this game standing next to it. I think it's a 77 as well, maybe a 78 Gottlieb Totem, a Gottlieb System 1 Totem. I do not have a back glass for this game. It was not with the machine. This back glass is brand spanking new from CPR. This machine also, it did have a back glass, but the image was about this much left on the main. About a triangle of the middle square was left, and everything else had come off it. I just left it with the guy that I bought the games from. It has some wood damage. We've got a couple things we're going to need to do. Over here on the side, we're going to have to rebuild this whole wall and back section. It got a little wet, little water damage. Some of the laminate is peeling off the very top chunk, but the front is okay. It hasn't expanded too much. Again, this is a brand new back glass, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Stunning artwork from Paul Ferris. Paul Ferris, who also did the artwork on the Phantom of the Opera that needs a lot of work. But let's finish talking about the Lost World. So this Lost World was $200. It had 0 boards except for the light board and the sound board in it. It does not have the power transformer or the rec board. It did not have a driver board or an MPU. I have since bought a brand new Alltech MPU for it. I've rebuilt an old driver board that I had that's in it. I am waiting on a power supply to come in with a transformer. That's a $300 system I had to find and buy. There's a company called, I think it's called Home Pin, that makes a brand new one, or you can get a couple used ones and rebuilt things off guys. But either way, I'm looking at it, it's going to be a $300 purchase, and I have not actually made that purchase yet. So it is sitting here. We're going to clean it up and get it ready to go, and then we will worry about getting it running later. It is in the way. It's going to also get a Pinball Pimp stencil kit job, paint job, and we're going to do this one custom. This black area you can see here, I believe originally was a deep dark purple, kind of like the playfield is. You can kind of see it's a little bit of a purpley. Under here, it's easier to see. With the lights overhead, it's not so easy to see in my garage. But there is some purple on the back glass back here, and it looks like a starry night kind of purple, midnight purple. And I think I'm going to do that. We're going to go midnight purple with some unicorn spit paint, and we're going to make it sparkle and be awesome and super custom. The totem will also, I'm going to have to scan the side art on this and send it to Jeff down at Pinball Pimp and get me some stencils made up so I can repaint this game. But I'm going to do something magic with it too. The back glass on it is gorgeous. There is one for sale in Europe. It's about $300 from like Italy or Spain or somewhere over there. And I'm going to have to get it shipped to me if I buy that, guys. It's the only one I've found so far. This is the F-14 Tomcat, and it is getting the coat of yellow on it today. And we're going to do another line of it tomorrow. It got a little bit too cold to keep painting today. I'd just gotten it set up when the temperature went from being like 55, 56 degrees down to like 48, 49, 47. So I couldn't really paint. I got one layer on, and I'm like, let's bring it in here and get it. Let's not let it mess up. This is a $6 million man that is, I can show you the listing for that too. I'm not exactly sure if I remember what I paid for it. It wasn't much. I think I paid $400 just for this machine. The back glass is in super nice condition. The main motherboard was acid damaged and beyond repair. It's gone. There's a new Altec in there. The driver board was in good shape. The light board's in good shape. The power supply's in good shape. I actually pulled this power supply out the other day and put it over here and tested everything in here. This game seems to boot and want to play. It just needs a power supply. But we pulled it back and we put it back in the $6 Million Man. This is a 1978 game as well. The same year as me. I am a 1978 game myself. Steve Austin, Lee Majors as Steve Austin, the $6 Million Man. If you remember that TV show, The Bionic Woman, The Bionic Man. It's a very sought-after tournament table. It's very hard. It's not very forgiving. It's hard to hit your drops on the right. It's hard to hit your hard targets on the left. And you got two half orbits that are not easy to clip either. Low scoring, very even games. A lot of good game for tournament. Also, the only Bally ever made, I believe it's the only pinball machine technically ever made with a 6-player setup. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because of the $6 Million Man. That's pretty cool. It is also going to get a full-on Pinball Pimp stencil kit, redo, paint job, whatnot nonsense going down. The other thing we haven't shown anybody over here, and it's got some stuff standing in front of it right now. I've been going through this and learning how to fix this. This is a 1976 Rockola 464 jukebox, and it's got this cool, like, it looks like neon. That's not really neon. It's like a trans light for a pinball machine, and there's lights behind it that will light it up the same as this. It looks like neon, but it's not, but it has a light that lights it up behind it. It's gorgeous. This board is a little slanted. You really can't tell, but it's got some shim, some wiggle in it. It should be standing up a little bit more straight. I'm going to see what I can do about reinforcing that. It's full of crazy country music and a couple different wild things from the 90s. Some Backstreet Boys in here, some Beastie Boys, Travis Tritt, Diamond Rio, a bunch of nonsense, some 70s funk. It's all kind of stuff. These records are in here. It's got almost all the records that would have been in it. And it works. It's a little slow. Let me show you guys this thing working. So I paid $100 for this machine, and it did not work when I first picked it up, but I went in there and started messing around with things, and I've got it working right now, except for the actual song selector area. I've got to rebuild that area. Every record in it is a little bit warped, a little bit scratchy, very old, and it could use some grease and maybe a new belt for turning the wheel, and some cleaning up, but it actually has a good tone to it.
Blue eyes look so peaceful while the storm raged on me.
283 is Calm Before the Storm by Paul Brandt.
Now I'm standing in the cold hot.
Anyway, there's a button back here that you can, like, skip the record, skip to the next song. It'll pick the player, it'll move the records around, it'll grab the next disc, and it'll rock it out. It's pretty dope. I like this thing a lot. This is a personal keeper. This is going to go down in the family room eventually when I get it cleaned up. It's got an old dollar bill acceptor on the front. We're going to do our best to get that clean. It's funky. 256, Glad by Traffic. Very, very cool. So this thing we're going to get cleaned up. That's a keeper for the Kevin. That's one of Kevin's keepers. What we're here to do now is talk about this. For the past few weeks, my iPhone 10 has been acting funky. Hey, Bug, how are you? Welcome to the show. Bailey's here helping me out today. And look, my phone's not recording sound again, so we're doing it like a silent movie. Look at me run over there to the Phantom of the Opera. Ooh, almost dropped that thing. That could have been bad. We're going to plug in the vacuum. That's how you do that. Look at there. And then we're going to go over here and start vacuuming up the nonsense. Come on over here, Bug, and look and see what we're doing. Hey, check out the El Camino. It just got out of the paint shop. I'll talk about that later, too. It's pretty dope. So, this disgusting machine was in a barn behind a house that a guy bought near Savannah, and he had owned the house for about 4 months now, and it's been out there the whole time he's owned the house. He doesn't know how long it had been out there from the previous owner. It was left there on the property. I paid him $200 for this game, and if you can tell, that's a brand new Rotten Dog board. That board right there that we're looking at, the throwing the sticks over the corner. Like, we got the vacuum up and running. We're sucking some leaves and things out of here. There's acorns. There's all kind of nonsense. And there was what I thought was maybe a sock. I could see up through the hole. We got some issues with the vacuum, it looks like. Maybe this pipe, this silly pipe. You dang thing all clogged up. Let's go clean that pipe. We're going to go over here to the backside. You can kind of see the El Camino in the corner. This is like a play-by-play of my own video. I kind of enjoy doing this. All right, we're whacking the old thing there, and then we come back around. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, don't do that. Disgusting. And we plug it back in. I made myself laugh there watching how stupid I am. I am incredibly stupid. All right, this thing looks good. That looks good. Good. All right, let's plug this back in, and then push that, and now we can suck away. And now we got some suction. So the machine had been in a barn, and through the back hole with the top down, you can kind of see into the game a little bit, and through the hole you could see there were some issues. Every cable that I could see, not every cable, but 99% of the cables had been chewed on or bitten through by some kind of varmint, let's say, a creature. Ooh, I just noticed this myself. That's a Rotten Dog Amusements brand new LED scoreboard. Incredible. Okay, so that was wild. I had not opened. This is the first time I've opened the machine and looked inside it. I brought it home. I stuck it in the garage. It was scared me to do that just because of how gross it looked, and I knew what was going on inside it. There had been something living in it. But I put it in the garage overnight, and this is the next morning, the next afternoon, hanging out with Bailey, and pulled it outside and cleaned it after we painted some on the F-14 Tomcat. And she helped me do that too. She's such a great little helper. She's the best. It's nice to have a kid and put him to work. Go get that child labor. She's 20, but still, I'm paying her like child labor because I ain't paying her nothing. All right, so we are still going through here. There's a bunch of gross stuff up in the shelf, and I'm finding little bits of wire everywhere. These little things I'm pulling out are wires. What's going on here? The wires had been chewed through, but apparently they haven't been eaten. They've just been cut and like left to hang. So some kind of creature was in there making a habit out of chewing on wires, and it's breaking my heart. And I sucked one or two up through the hose, and I was like, oh, maybe I should be trying to save these things. And that's just a stupid idea, Kevin. That's just dumb. It's not going to work. You're going to need to get new cable and new wire and attach new wires to everything that needs it and do it properly. Don't be piecing together a puzzle out of chewed up wires, you idiot. So we're over here still vacuuming away. We can't get some of this stuff out. It's all clogged up. And eventually the sound starts working again on my phone. So I found that out, which is nice. So sometimes the sound works, sometimes the sound doesn't work. It has never worked on the face forward camera. If I'm looking at the face, the regular screen, and it's filming my face, there has never been volume working on my phone. The only way I've ever been able to record since I bought it brand new is to record through the back camera. But anyway, the sound starts working right about here. So let's listen in. All right, you ready to open the door? Let's get a good shot. I don't think we've got any sound working on that video, but... I thought there was something in it. I thought I saw it wiggle and twitch. This is impressive. That's like a scarf. I thought it was a sock. I think Santa Claus died in here.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. Brand new power supply. That's the original motherboard. It's got the batteries removed. It's in good shape. That's a brand new... What the fuck happened to this thing? Someone allowed this to happen. Unbelievable. I'm going to have to rewire the entire game, though. How do we get that off there?
I don't know.
I nominate you.
I don't want to touch it.
I'm nominating you.
No, I don't want to
You've
touch it.
been nominated, though.
Nope.
You gotta take... This does not fit. Let me get something to put it in immediately. Look hard. Do I have a baggie? I got a baggie. It's full of video games. We can get that changed. My sack done took a ball.
You okay?
I lost my sack for a second. Alright. Cables.
Cobbles.
Control notes. You go there. Oh, this glove is making my hand warm. Not only is it too small, but I have it on inside out. Ew. It's so fluffy and warm. That's insane. It was like a dish towel or something. The goddamn badger got a hold of, and
Oh, gross.
I don't know if I can save it. I mean, I hope I can.
Oh, my gross.
Incredible amount of gross.
Blech.
Why would they let it be out there?
Don't fling it towards me.
Will you grab me that bag?
Blech.
Wow. Save those. It's fucking phenomenal work, fellas. Whoever did this. You really
Good job.
exceeded expectations. Oh look, it's sucking again. I can easily say this is the grossest one I've ever messed with.
Yeah.
I will not say it's in the worst shape of anyone I've ever messed with.
No.
But it's easily the grossest. It's actually surprisingly in really good condition,
Yeah.
especially considering what's happened to it.
Yeah.
I'm not confident that I can fix it. Just due to the amount of wires that are missing and what, trying to figure out what went where and how it went and what. Like, look at this up here. Like, just the plug, you know what I mean? Where, does that go to some of it? I don't know. This, completely gone. Chewed off, broke, fuck. This whole section, chewed up on. Actually, that's not so bad. This section is a mess. But I'm guessing that some of these wires went to there originally. Where do you go, bro? I have no idea. These are like main power wires here. Those are very important. That might be what that goes to. But hopefully I can fix it. Look at that. Everything's gone. This is some kind of speaker wire, I think, that goes down for the speaker system. And then this one's just been chomped. Everything in that middle section is worked on, though. Incredibly fucked up. But that's a brand new board, and a brand new power supply, and a brand new display on that side of this fucking nasty thing. And they let it sit out there and let this happen to it.
Thing plugged up again.
So after all that disgusting cleanup that we did today that you just saw on the video, here's what we're left with. This is the back glass. It is laying right here on the front of the machine because I was cleaning it and doing some stuff. This front part over his face, this is an actual piece of sticker. It's like a painted on sticker. And his face is fully painted behind here, all the way up into the hat line and the hair. Technically, there would be some hat up here. That's what this is. It's breaking off. And another chunk here. His hat extends here, and there's all this artwork behind his hat. But this piece lays on the top along with a hanging man. There was a picture of a man hanging here, and it flashes. When the flashers go off behind it, it shows his true face behind the mask. It's very awesome. Also, this piece of gold trim around the scoreboard area is also a sticker. Unfortunately, this one's all torn up and looks like shit and was falling off. We did some scraping already and pulled even more of it off. It breaks my heart to have to do this, but look, luckily there's a solution and it's already been bought. There's a $50 kit that a guy sells on Pinside that he's been making of these vinyl overlays, and it'll fix all of the hat to here. It'll fix the hanging man, and it does not come with these two little chunks up here, but we're just going to leave those blank and see if nobody notices it. You know what I mean? We're not going to worry about that. It also comes with the gold around the scoreboard. So this can all be fixed and saved. There's a couple chunks of it that are missing from the backside and a couple little spots that are not perfect. Another Paul Ferris glass and a couple down here that aren't terribly great, but it also has like squirrel poop and whatnot on it. I think it was a squirrel living inside this game. The wildest thing to me is that it's got brand new boards in it, and I don't have to mess with all that. So for $200, it's already paid for itself with just the boards in it. Like, okay, and this is going to be a keeper. The captain has decided he's going to start keeping machines. I don't know where I'm going to start storing them, but like this one's going in the captain's collection. I'm going to take a lot of time to fix this damn thing, and I just want to keep it at that point. All of these take a lot of time to fix, but I do need to. I've been letting good stuff get out of my hands that I should probably be holding on to and letting the value just increase. So I'm going to start, and especially when I get it for $200, it's like I've got nothing in it. And, you know, all these other things will be sellable and fixable and make good money and bring it in and keep it going, keep the train rolling. We also have a pile of arcade machines that you haven't seen that are at my storage locker, and I'm going to make a video on that pretty soon because it's time to start weeding through those and getting some stuff gone. I really do appreciate you guys coming around, sticking around, watching the channel. Like, comment, subscribe down below. You know what to do. Hit that fucking like button. Slap that thing. Tickle it. Give it the business. Come back next week. Come back whenever you see the next video. It should be next week. I'm going to try my best to start getting at least 1 to 2 things out a week, regardless of what it is. Tara has gone back to work at a full-time job, so we really can't do too much reacting anymore. We might get 1 of those a month out if we can. That was being some of the best viewed stuff on the channel, but she's got to work. So that's awesome. Good for her, good for us, good for you, because more arcade content will happen if I keep on the ball. And I promise to try and do that. I keep promising to try and do that. But look, I've still been making stuff. I'm 6 years deep in YouTube. I'm not going anywhere. It's just slow sometimes because I'm so busy. Enough excuses. Thank you so much for watching. Captain!
CaptNRetro.